Salutations, everyone, and welcome to TerrorCrave. We're your hosts, as always, very excited to be here. My name is Lee, and I think you guys know my buddy right here. What's up, Jason?
What's going on, Lee?
Oh, man, you know, just keeping it moving, my friend. Just keeping it moving. It's been a crazy week.
A crazy week?
Been a crazy week, but as of day of recording on Friday Junior, and so I'm very excited because the end is almost here. The end is almost
here. Yeah, thank goodness.
What's up with you?
Nothing, man. I remember we talked earlier, right? And I was telling you about the all the sharks that they're seeing off of the Outer Banks, man. And we're going there like Saturday. We're going for the whole week. And I was like, what the hell, man? And some of them are even fake now. I'm like, it's such a big thing that people are faking videos. You know, like there's one washed up on the shore and this and that. But
that's what I saw. That was what I saw first, was this big shark that washed up upon the shore. And this guy that I know that owns a condo down there, and he was like, oh, look at this, down here at the Outer Banks. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then later on, I heard somebody say that one was a joke. But then right after that is when the wave of other stories that are true about the sharks. Yeah, the legit thing about, Outer Banks. So first, like I said, my first introduction to it was, oh my God, I have never even come close to the water. I'm not going to even put my toes in. That thing is crazy.
So I like looking at comments on stuff like that because I just think it's funny. But one lady asked, are orcas chasing them? I was like, and so I put on there, I said, it's just their migration, because it's every year when we go to Ocracoke every year at spring break, and it's every year there are sharks in that area. They're pinging them. They're coming up around through Florida and all that, and then they pass through us and go up, turn around and go back. Just their migration. So I sounded smart when I responded to her. That's all I was getting to.
Yeah, that was a nice build-up. You brought up orca, so I have to ask, because we're talking about jaws and sharks, and we are getting towards the summertime where, and you're leaving for vacation. So what better thing to do is dwell on sea monster or shark attack films before you go.
You just got smart on me because I said killer whale, and what did you say? Orca. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what you said, orcas. You brought that word into this whole conversation, my friend.
Really? I thought I said killer whales.
I think you said orca. Yeah, you did, which made me think of the movie Orca. Have you ever seen that film?
I have. It's been a long time ago, and I know I watched it, and that's kind of like the Jaws type thing, right?
It is. After Jaws came out, of course, just like today, even, you know what I mean? If one movie is successful in a genre, or all of a sudden there's a wave of other type of copycat films, you know what I mean? Some good, some not. Orca, I think, was probably, out of all of those wave of movies that came out after Jaws, I would say Orca was probably one of the better ones. You know what I mean? That had a better cast, and it's also, for me, famous for, what is it? Orca. This thing, the house on stilts over the water, knocks over the stilts, and the girl is hanging. And she slowly goes into his mouth and bites her leg off, which I believe, and I'm not crazy, I believe that young lady is Bo Derek.
Was it Bo Derek, really?
I think
I know so. I've seen that movie a couple of times, but it's been a long time ago. Probably, oh gosh, I'm not going to tell my age. But it's been a long time ago.
It's got Richard Harris, you know what I mean? It's got a decent cast. Bo Derek. I decided our crack staff, as I always like to joke, just got back to me and said it is indeed Bo Derek. Yes, so I was correct. But Bo Derek, she slides ever so slowly as he's knocked the house on the stilts into the water, you know what I mean? And it's falling down.
Yeah.
She slides. I think she's already got a cast from the first attack that he's done. And then now
I think you're right.
Yeah. It's a pretty good one, actually. It's pretty depressing at the end. It's kind of more of a somber kind of.
I don't remember the end of it.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry I went into this orca rant.
No, that's all right. I didn't know that I knew the name killer whales, but I thought they just ate like seals and stuff. I didn't know they're ferocious.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah,
not
but for the
ferocious,
most
but
part, they're not like I don't think here we people are tuning in to hear our theories on sea life,
I think that if
the
I had to
behavior
fallen,
of sea life. I don't think they're I don't think they're like going after humans. I mean, right? They're not like that. That's not what I.
well, if you would have asked me before I was 15 years old if I was in the water and the orca swim by, it wouldn't bother me. You know what I mean? But now, like knowing how they are, like they kill sharks. This is
Yeah,
like, yeah, I'd be a little more nervous now. Like, oh look, it's Willie.
I'm nervous being around dolphins because they could be sharks in disguise. So I don't even. So I mean, I'm
Yeah,
always worried about that. You know, I've said before, we talked about my shark movie before. Maybe we haven't. I was just, was
that would be a good movie about dolphins that you just think they're these friendly things and I don't know, zombie dolphins or something. Turn them into
yeah,
zombies or something.
I like
That
it.
before you say anything, that's way above our budget, so it won't be us.
I, I was waiting to see if you already, if this is the way you were going to present the script
Yeah,
to me and also the audience. Everyone
yeah,
at that point was going to find out at the
yeah.
same time.
Chris, you're a killer whale in this one, and you're going after Steve. He's the shark, so yeah, we can't hire sharks and whales, so
I like it.
somebody has to be. Um, I did the whole wormhole thing again, or I'm sorry, I have to correct myself. It's rabbit hole because I didn't know. I think I told you on Tubi. I never noticed there's a rabbit that pokes its head up out of the hole, and I was like,
Right.
oh, rabbit hole. So anyway, I'm just gonna say a couple of names of movies that I watched, and first one that I watched just because I've seen it before. It's in oldie but goodie. It's called Creature from Black Lake, and
Creatures.
it's a lot like it's a Sasquatch movie. It's a lot like The Legend of Boggy Creek. And I think this came out after that. You know what I mean? Like Legend of Boggy Creek came out and it was scary, and then this movie came out. Because I think Legend of Boggy Creek might have been a TV thing. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Actually, I think that might have been. I don't know. I think maybe if one of these two was made for television, and
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
more apt to
remember.
believe that the Legend of Boggy Creek was theatrical.
Oh, it could have been. But the people in Legend of Boggy Creek, the actors were the actual people who experienced it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like their reactions is they what they were acting is what they really did. You know what I mean? So it was
Right.
pretty cool that they just like relived the story. I like that. And as a kid watching that scared me because I thought, oh my god, that's what made me really start thinking that Sasquatch is real. That
Right.
movie, and then all the other ones that came out after it. But and this one though, the the costume's terrible, but I mean, like, it's cool because you don't see like a lot of the movie. It's just like the camera's moving around, like as it's coming towards people. But then when they show them, it really is a bad costume.
So
But
you're
it's
saying you can see the seams of the
the zipper on the
the
back.
sea.
No, not
Yeah.
that
In
bad.
other words,
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like a
where the creature begins, or where the creature ends and the man begins.
You remember old movies when they had like a gorilla suit and it was just
Yeah.
like a fur like suit. It wasn't like had the shape of a gorilla. Like those suits you can get now for like a gorilla are awesome that have like the arm pads that make your arms longer and stuff like that.
What you're describing is making me think of when a gorilla or something would attack Gilligan on Gilligan's Island or the people.
Exactly like that. Exactly like that.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? When what you described is that it really took me back to that. Of something like they found a gorilla in a cave or something like that. And he would come
That
out and
was it.
throw him over their shoulder and
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was just
oh my
or
gosh.
like when you were growing up and you wanted the Chewbacca suit. You
Right.
know what I mean? That's what you would have gotten. Just a
Oh
fursuit.
my gosh. That's
Anyway,
crazy. That's hilarious to me.
but that one that came up in like a recommended for me, so I had to watch it, and I was because there was I think that's the night that I was going to watch Cocaine Bear, which we'll talk about in a minute, but for some reason I saw this and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So I just watched it. And it's not a long movie, but I watched a couple of like POV things, like almost like one of them is called Lexi, and she's a vlogger, and she buys a house, and that I definitely recommend. It's called Lexi, and then it's something under, but just type in Lexi or search Lexi on Tubi. I really enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job with that one. The ending was, I think the ending could have been a little bit better. But overall, like it's just that the house is haunted. There's something there, a demon, whatever. Just the descent of her, like the more fear and this and that. Um, and it may be a little possession. I'm not gonna say, but anyway, it's good. And one nude scene.
Oh,
Um, yeah, kind of like out of the blue too. Like, oh well, glad Ethan wasn't watching this one. Um, then there's one, the Mansfield Ghost. I like that one. That was a good one. That's a vlog thing, more ghost stuff, paranormal stuff, but that takes place over in England. And I watched another like vlog type one. I was kind of getting hooked on those. They were pretty good, and I watched three of them. And they were good. Um, the Winter Witch on Tubi, terrible. Don't even think about it.
oh,
It is really bad. I did watch. Let's see. Where's the one that? Oh, the House Behind the Wall. That's on Tubi also, and that's some college kids. They rent out a haunted house, or they're going on a little trip or something. They rent a haunted house, and they don't know it's haunted. But that's a good movie, and it takes place in Hampton Roads.
oh, really?
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. So us being from Virginia, it's cool to see like some Virginia, landmarks.
Exactly. No,
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
and it's not bad. It's pretty decent. The only thing I didn't like is there was one part, well, two different scenes where they're walking, and for whatever reason the editor added in footsteps, and because they're talking and you can hear stuff, but the footsteps don't match up. So I think he watched it and added footsteps in, and they don't match up. You know what I mean? and
Right.
and I've added footsteps in, and it can be hard to match them up because you think it's just going to be, you know like in rhythm, like just just step, 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 step. But it's not. Some people take a longer stride or whatever, and it's hard to match. But it wasn't even close. It was off that bad. So two different scenes. But other than that, I enjoyed that movie. What did I? Oh, two that
Well,
I haven't watched yet that I was going to recommend to you was, and I think this is on Prime. I think it's on Prime. There's something wrong with the children. Have you
oh,
seen the?
yes, I know that's out. It's funny you brought it up. I was going to bring it up to you. It's out now. I think it's on Stars or
Yeah,
maybe MGM Plus or whatever. It's one of those two that it's out on, which probably is out on Prime at the same
I think
time.
it
Or
is
if you have,
MGM Plus. That's off of my Prime stuff. So yeah, I think
okay,
you're right.
gotcha. Yeah, so I did notice that a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, okay, you know what I mean. But the other movie that came out on Peacock, which Knock at the Cabin Door, which we will also get into. Just like how we keep dropping these little teases of the movies that we
Yeah,
will. You,
yeah,
you
that's
did it with
right.
Cocaine Bear earlier. Now I'm
Yeah,
doing it with with Knock at the Cabin Door. Yes, but we will get into that. That one took precedent for me at least to watch it. You know what I mean? They both came out the same
yeah.
within the same time frame here on cable
Hmm.
on streaming. But yeah, no, I definitely want to see that. So I guess it sounds like we'll both be talking about that on our next episode.
Yeah, it looks good. I was gonna
Yeah,
try to get Jen to watch. Like I started watching it, and like The Sixth Sense is about as scary as she'll watch,
right.
something like that. I didn't trick her, but I talked her into watching that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one with Jessica Biel, and that did it, ruined it. She nothing else. No,
Well,
no,
that's
it
a
wasn't.
what that's a hell of a one to be tricked on, though, man. That movie disturbed me to
Yeah,
death. I mean, you know what I mean. So I can imagine
and
what it
no,
was to her.
she watched the first Conjuring. But she watched The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I think I told you about that, and that was one that did her in. Like I can't get her to watch anything, nothing dealing with ghosts or demons or anything. So,
Right. If it's a killer,
um,
she can handle it, right? Probably more than likely.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it still has to be a thriller, not a
Right.
horror. You know what I'm saying? So that one, there's something wrong with the children. When I first started watching the trailer for that, I was like, Jen, and she didn't hear me. I wanted her to see the trailer for that. And as the trailer got further along, I was like, yeah, she's not gonna watch this. You know what I mean? When the one daughter calls the father, I guess, or and then she's like holding something over top of a lady, like she's gonna like
Right.
cop her or something. I was like, yeah, she won't watch that.
If you go to that movie and watch that trailer or whatever, on Prime or go to there, there's really so many, once you do like you're on a movie, they'll tell you, oh, if you like this, you're gonna love these, and
Yeah,
there's so many crazy that usually what I'll do is I will go down and look at them, and then that'll lead me to look after trailer. You know what I mean? After
yeah,
trailer, and that I do that a lot. But I say all that to say for this particular movie that there's so many crazy killer children movies out
yeah,
there. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That they're just like so crazy, and some of them were really just crazy and demented. You know, it was just kind of crazy. That's all. I just bring it up
That's
because it was
why I don't think Children of the Corn hits as hard anymore because there's so many more movies. Like, remember The Village came out, like, which I thought that was weird. Um,
Village of the Damned.
Village of the Damned was that
Was
the
that with
one
the
with
little blonde
Christopher
hair
Reeve?
kids?
Yeah, didn't Christopher Reeve do one?
I think
Was he in that?
he was in that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Village of the Damned.
Okay.
Um,
Like the
that was a
old,
John, that was a John Carpenter film. Yeah,
yeah.
it came out
That,
in was it
oh gosh.
94,
Re-
95? It
really
was
was it
Christopher
that?
Reeve and Kirstie Alley.
Oh, yeah. I
Yep.
remember watching that, but I didn't. I don't talk about that movie when I talk about John Carpenter. I'll put it that way.
John Carpenter, he is no denying one of the better horror auteurs out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Great, but there was a run of films of his outside of the 80s that were, even the sequel to Escape from New York, Escape from LA
Yeah.
was bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a run of those John Carpenter flicks that just aren't good. Village of the Damned being one of them.
Yeah. I think so, and I agree with you on that. Um, but I just think that there's so many good like scary children movie like the Bad Kids that I think that's why the Children of the Corn doesn't come back around like it did originally because before that I think the only thing you'd have to compete with would probably be like Omen or of course The Exorcist had a kid in it, but the Omen.
Well, it's funny when you say the only thing you compete with, and then you pick two are classics, The Omen and The Exorcist, and say,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But no, actually, there is more. Village of the Damned, the John Carpenter one, was actually a remake of an old black and white film or something like that. So that
yep,
was out there, and then The Bad Seed, I believe, is if you're going to go, back even back that time around that time. It's been recently remade, which was a pretty good little horror. I mean, horror movie that came out,
yeah.
that a couple of years ago. I don't know if you ever saw it, but I just bring
I
it up to
don't
say
I
that
don't think so.
it wasn't bad. Rob Lowe,
Yep. Oh, one of those. That was probably a great movie then. Was Lou Diamond Phillips in it? No, I'm kidding.
he wasn't in it, but it was an effective. I wouldn't say it was a horror movie. It was an effective thriller,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was an effective.
I saw a preview for a movie and it actually was looking pretty good. And then it got to a part where they showed Eric Roberts as like a judge. And then Tom Sizemore was like the guy trying to like I don't know, he was in it too, but as soon as I saw them I said, well, this movie, I'm not even gonna watch that now. Because it was like, we've got a budget. We can afford Eric Roberts. And which Eric Roberts was just in, the Dark Knight and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
so he's been in some good stuff, but he is mostly known for I don't even know if I would say like B movies, man. I'm going on down like a E or F or something there. Same with Tom Sizemore. You know what I mean? He went through like this
no,
whole big thing, and then his
yeah.
movies just went downhill. But you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of Tom
Anyway,
Sizemore, did he just pass?
yeah, not long ago. What? Well, I
Yeah,
think
like in the
it's
past few weeks. Just a few weeks,
no,
really.
no. I think it's been like a year or two, hasn't it?
No, 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 my friend. No.
Maybe that's why they put that movie on there because Tom Sizemore's in it.
Yeah, March 3rd, like
Oh, dang.
2023.
Oh, well,
How soon you are to just throw Tom Sizemore away and
I
say he was
know.
two or three
Well, now I
was two
feel
or three
bad.
years ago.
Feel
It's
bad. Rest
fresh.
in peace, Tom
It's still
Sizemore.
fresh out there, man. He was a good actor, and then he, like you said, he was in some good stuff. Him and Michael Madsen, I remember always kind of getting
Ye
those
yeah.
two. You know, they were very similar in build and in look. I guess I would just sometimes, and then them being in a movie together was also kind of interesting.
And who's the guy from John Wick that just passed away? And he's been in other really good movies too. You you know what I'm talking. I can't remember his name, but
No, he did just pass. He was in his name was Lance Reddick. He was in
yeah,
Fringe also. Fringe was a good show. Did you ever watch Fringe?
I didn't.
That okay. That was
But
pretty
I
good.
did see him in another movie, like a thriller horror style movie, and I thought he did a very good job.
Well, yeah, he was always in a lot of good stuff, a lot of good genre stuff also.
Yeah,
Resident Evil. He was just the lead character in Resident Evil over the
that's right.
summer.
That's right.
You know?
That's what I remember from. Yeah, he
Yeah,
passed like the day before the John Wick premiere, man.
I know. I
Yeah,
know. Just
that
within
had to have
days.
been. I saw like some videos with like Keanu Reeves, and they, you could see that everybody. And the bad thing is, they get asked that question like every person they get up to. So we're sorry for such and such. Do you have anything to say? And they're like, yeah, just said it like 100 times.
Yep.
But that's got to be rough.
I know.
Um. Anyway, we can go on. We get off on our own rabbit holes sometimes. Let's
Indeed.
let's talk about one of the movies that we watched.
All right, my friend. Which one do you want to? I'm ready to roll with whatever one you want to go with. You tell me. Let's.
Um. Let's do Cocaine Bear.
All right, Cocaine Bear it is. Um, I thought it was great. It was funny to me. It was also just kind of exciting. It was very exciting at times when that bear was chasing the ambulance. I just really enjoyed the movie. I just really enjoyed it all the way around, man. I thought it was funny, like I said. It was, and for gore hounds out there, it definitely has some gore in there. I think a lot of blood, I guess, a lot of blood.
Yeah,
But I enjoyed it, man. Elizabeth
I
Banks
agree.
directed it. I think she did a great job. She really did.
I agree 100%. I know that going into it, I said I hope it's not all slapstick style stuff, but it did have some like some scary kind of scary stuff going on, and they put just enough humor in it to make it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
Like
man,
the one kill that he was getting ready to do, and the guy was laying there, and he had like the cocaine like laying on him, and then the bear just like like he did a line from what I've seen on TV, and then he went over and like started chasing them. But I do want to know how that. I really thought it was funny. The kids, they were like, "How much should I take?" And they're like, "Oh, like a teaspoon." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" From what I've seen on TV, that's a lot.
right.
So
And
it
then
was
they were
just like,
eating it.
yeah. I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, man!"
I was surprised they actually went that far with the kids and all that stuff doing it
Me
too.
too.
Speaking of
Especially
kids though,
cocaine. If it
yeah,
was
that's what I'm
like
saying.
some marijuana or something, it'd be different. But
Yeah, but I was like, wow, they went there. But that's what was so it was just kind of an outrageous film, you know what I mean? It was. And I thought the kids, they did a great job.
they
The
did
one
do a
boy
great
was
job.
was funny, you know what I mean? Y'all gotta believe me. Get up here. That bear's crazy. he said,
I thought it was funny.
he said,
And the one guy that was there to look at the check the wildlife or whatever, he's
something's
like,
wrong with that bear.
the man was like, calm, look, little girl, calm down. I was like,
Yeah.
he's a because he had long blonde hair, you know what I mean?
Yep,
But
exactly.
I thought that was funny that they threw that in. But I also was sitting there, I was like, how in the world did that little boy get up that tree, man? And then I was like, oh, he just ate like a mouthful of cocaine because there were no limbs like all up to where he was, like
and
probably 40 feet up or something.
and also, my friend, if a bear is chasing you, you can all of a sudden do a lot of things that you didn't think you could be able to do.
Yeah, daggone right. Yeah.
you know, but no, it wasn't a lot of slapstick, but I thought just the dialogue alone, you know what I mean, was funny. You know,
I
between O'Shea Jackson,
yeah.
uh, you know, that was Ice Cube's son.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Oh,
if
he
you
did
knew.
a great job too, man.
Yeah, you know, and Alden Emmerich, who played the son, the gangster's son. It was just, it was really just, it was fun. It was, and everybody did a great job with the acting and everything. It
Yeah.
was just a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
I
Like I
thought
said,
the park
very
ranger
funny,
when
but also thrilling.
oh yeah, yeah.
And
That
yeah, the people who died too, I was kind of, I didn't realize, I guess, like I thought the park ranger would rally. I don't know. I just thought because these people were named, I don't know what
yeah,
I thought. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I thought, but so to see them get taken out like they did so kind of relatively quickly, a lot of
Well,
people.
I thought she died a couple of times, and I really thought like when they walked past her when she was laying on the stretcher that she was gonna like, oh, like make a noise or something, still be alive. You know what I mean? And she still could be alive. You don't, maybe the next movie she'll come back and she's been like,
I don't know. The way that thing came and her skull
that's it.
smashed down
And
on the asphalt.
yeah, it
Oh
had
no.
good gory parts in it. I liked it,
That's what
man.
I'm saying. It
It
did
was
have a
good.
lot of crazy gore in it, man. It
Yeah,
was just, it was a fun, it was a fun movie. I thought it was a
yeah.
real fun movie.
Now I just
You
hope
know,
like a not so good production company grabs it and says, let's do a part two.
well, that's already happening, with Asylum Pictures or
Yeah,
whoever it is that does, if a mainstream movie
yeah.
does well, then
You know,
they have, what was it? I know you and I have talked about it,
a
but
raccoon or something.
Attack of the Meth Gator. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, that's
Is
right.
something like that.
Yeah,
I think that
yeah.
is what it is.
Oh my god.
Asylum's doing that, so there'll be those type of copycat films. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the movie
That they
was
do to
based on a
cash
true
in.
story, loosely. That
Yeah,
really did happen.
yeah. Except for the bear going and getting hooked on cocaine and going crazy for it, he just pretty much died right away.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
And Ray
That's right.
Liotta, man, I think this is one of his last acting roles, if not
Oh
his
yeah,
last. You know what I mean? I think he died back in May or
yeah.
so. Um, so yeah, he did a good job there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they did. Who played the guy who played his son resembled him a lot. I thought they did a good job with that.
You know who that was? That was the guy who played Han Solo, Alden Emmerich, or whatever his name
That's
is.
right. That's
I
right.
think. Yeah, it took me a while to realize that when I was watching it. I was like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
didn't know
I'm
that's who it was.
probably crushing his name, Alden Ehrenreich, I think is how you say it. But he played the Han Solo
That's
in
close enough.
pretty cool Solo.
Yeah, you got it. You got it close. That's good enough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The guy who played the park ranger, I guess the park ranger liked him, had a crush on him.
Yeah.
Um, it's that was just to tell you. Did you ever watch Modern Family?
Yes.
He played Mitch
Mm-hmm.
on that was he was Mitch,
Yeah.
Modern
Al
Family.
Bundy's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
You threw me off because I was like,
Al
what?
Bundy's son. Ed
Yeah.
O'Neill. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
No, I
was like,
thought he
wait a
did a
second.
great job. He did a great
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. It was a lot of good stuff in there, man. A lot of
Yeah.
good
It
stuff.
was a good movie, man. Good movie.
Indeed. So where you rolling to next between the two?
What was it? Knock at the cabin door. Let's go ahead and do
Let's
that one because I really want to save the other one till because I think that was my favorite one, honestly.
right.
Um, well, anyway, we'll get around to that one in a minute.
Yes, we
Uh,
will. I'm excited to get into that one with you actually.
yeah, I like Knock at the Cabin Door. It actually was a little bit different than what I thought. I thought one way to begin with. I thought that they were just like a doomsday thing, cult, like he thought, or like the couple thought. You know what I mean? And then after seeing the previews and they show like a plane go down, then it's more like, oh, well, this is really happening. But I did not expect them to sacrifice themselves. The assailants, the guys that came, the people that came to the cabin.
Right.
I wasn't expecting that when the first guy, which by the way was Ron
Yeah. Harry
Weasley.
Potter. Yep.
Yeah, and he did a great job. And he was from Maine. Was it Boston? He was from Boston,
Yeah.
which I thought to myself. I said, I wonder if they said that he was from Boston. No, I guess it was just part of the thing because of his accent. You know what I mean? Because he hit his English accent very well. But I
Oh,
could, you know what I'm
he
saying?
he does. He and you know, so we let's say also this is directed by M. Night Shyamalan, right? Not at the Cabin Door,
Yes.
the movie we're talking about. So I say that to say you talk about the guy who played Ron. Uh, what's his name? Living. I can't
Weasley.
remember. Weasley. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, was it? He works with M. Night in Servant, the TV show that's out there. Which if you, I can't believe you're not watching that. Actually,
I haven't, no.
being an M. Night fan, that's what you need to be watching. But so anyway, they have a relationship, a pre-existing relationship.
Okay.
Um, those
Is
two.
that's a series? How many seasons of that are out?
It actually just recently ended. It had 4 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, had 4 seasons.
I might
Um,
have to check it out.
yeah. Oh, you should. But yeah, that's I liked I liked it. I thought the movie was good. I it was one of the more straightforward
Hmm.
films of M Night's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not. That's not a knock on it. But it, because I mean, I say that because everybody's, he's known for the big twists or
Yeah.
whatever. And there really was not a twist in this at all. You know what I mean? It's just
No.
pretty much straightforward. What they say is what it is.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? I guess the twist could be, if you really think about it, I guess that they're really telling the truth. But I mean, I think it's almost like they're portrayed so earnestly in what they're saying and really trying to be as non-violent as possible. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So you're almost thinking that they're telling the truth
Sure.
already. You know what I mean? It's not like as an audience member, you're
Right.
already there. I guess the twist would have been maybe that they weren't telling the truth. I don't know.
Right. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought at first, like when I first heard about it, and I think the first clip or whatever I saw, I don't remember seeing the plane in the original trailer that I saw for some reason. Maybe I didn't, just didn't notice it. I don't know. Um, I probably looked at it at work while the sun was hitting the phone or something. But anyway, I thought it might switch back around because there were parts in the movie where it was like maybe they are, some crazy doomsday cult. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
And
called
they
into
did a
question,
real good job.
especially when they find out that Redmond isn't Redmond. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yep.
He's the guy talking about, Rupert Grint is the actor's name. That's what I couldn't think of it before. The guy who plays
Oh, I
Ron,
couldn't even, I just said
Harry
Ron
Potter.
Weasley.
Yeah, him. Um, uh, that's when you begin to question maybe, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Maybe this guy did just organize this hate crime in disguise,
Yeah.
because he already had been after this guy, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And like you said, with the bottle. But no, I think it was just I thought it was a good movie. I
I
did,
did
and
too.
it's the apocalyptic things that were happening were just wild, big wave, and then see I don't know if you caught the bodies right before the TV cuts off on the screen. You know what I mean? The bodies
Oh
that you
yeah,
see
in the
just kind
water.
of in the water. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
Yeah.
going, yeah. I mean, the little intercuts back to see their pre-existing life, what led them to that cabin, and how happy they were as a family and stuff like that. So you could
Yeah.
really get to know them and know the love that they had for each other.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was good, man. It was a good movie. It kept you. I guess and maybe you're thinking, what is there going to be some kind of crazy twist or whatever? You know what I mean? Even though there's not one, so I'm not saying I'm not disappointed by that, but it just keeps you maybe thinking that maybe there will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
you're into it also to be like, what is what's going to happen? What's
Yeah.
going to happen? You know, Dave Batista did a great job, man. He was
Yeah. I
really
thought so
good.
too.
You just really felt pain that he had that he was going through. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? In order to do this, this is far complete 180 of who he really was as a person to even have to do this. Um, that
I
guy's
think.
good, man. He's a good actor, I think.
Yeah, I think he's come a long way, man. I used to watch wrestling. I remember when he first came into wrestling and watched him through that. And then, they had a couple of wrestlers that went off to make movies. Of course, The Rock. And nobody has been able to keep up with The Rock, but I think Dave Bautista is, and even John Cena too. Though John Cena does some good stuff.
I'd say John Cena is coming to do it. See, here's the thing with I knew John Cena and The Rock from wrestling, and
Yeah,
John Cena was more peripheral for me. I wasn't really watching wrestling at that time, nor really The Rock at that
yeah,
point in time.
yeah.
So I don't know, but I knew them from wrestling, so I knew they came from that. Batista, I don't think I ever saw wrestle ever once. I saw the other two wrestle. I don't think I saw Batista wrestle, so I don't have that background with him. Even though I know he's a wrestler, so
Yeah.
I just my first exposure with him might have been without me knowing it, Guardians films.
Really?
I can't. It might have been, and then I know I can't remember. He
He's
was in Bond.
hysterical, man.
He did Bond after that.
Yeah. Well, he did a
Yeah.
movie with Amy Schumer and I can't remember what it was, but she was a single girl and she had like several boyfriends, and he was one of the boyfriends. And like, I remember seeing like that scene. That was one of the first ones I saw with him in it. Other than WWE Studios had the Marines
Are you
or
sure it wasn't?
the Marine.
Are you talking about John Cena now?
Yeah,
Okay, you're talking about John Cena. Yeah, he was.
yeah,
No, he was one of her boyfriends in
yeah. That's the
Trainwreck.
Yeah. They
Trainwreck.
showed that in like it was a picture of him from behind. And he was naked. I was like, damn, I didn't need to see that with John Cena. I actually did watch John Cena through wrestling and all because the way that my kids are, I don't know, I'm crazy. The way my kids are spread apart.
Right.
So I got like there's 20 years between my oldest and my youngest.
Right.
I don't know what I was thinking. Gracious. Um no, anyway, but I watched John Cena come up through and all of them, but I think were you talking about Dave Batista, the
Yeah,
Guardians
that's
of
who I'm saying. Yeah, that was my first exposure to him. I don't remember seeing him in wrestling ever. You know what I mean? But
Probably the same for. I think I watched him in some action movie, and it could have been like a WWE studio thing.
right.
You know what I mean?
But I know
Um,
he said before that and again, he's not trying to be like the big action star. He wants to be known as an actor. You
yeah,
know what I mean? That's what he's striving and going for. So
because
he's kind
he's
of
leaving
going from a
Guardians,
different
right?
direction. Yeah, the Guardians 3 is supposed to be at the last of this series anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
there will be some people who are. Rumor is some people are dying, some people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure some of these characters from Guardians we'll see in other Marvel films, the ones who do survive. But this is the last true Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
End of the trilogy at least.
Okay.
But no, but yeah, but so I think we both recommend uh Cabadora. I mean, and also just it was just all around Jonathan Groff. I thought he did a great job. As one of the married couple. I'd seen him in some things before. I think actually wasn't he in Mindhunter? Did you watch that about the serial
No.
killers? He was in Mindhunter. He was one of the
Oh,
FBI agents or whatever.
yes, I did. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, he
Yep.
was one of the FBI
Dang, I
agents that
forgot
was
that.
after him. Yeah, so he did a good job, man. Yeah, good movie all around. Good movie all around.
Yeah. So let's jump into this next one, man, because I'm excited in a way to talk about it.
All right, let's do it. I am too, because we're talking about the reading, guys, and it stars Monique. And I think I'll tell you why I stumbled upon it. I hadn't even heard anything about it, nothing. And that happens with me with a lot of films, actually. I just stumbled upon a trailer. This one I just stumbled upon, and I started to watch it, and I was like, it was totally different than just everything about it surprised me. I
Yeah.
will say that. And I am someone who usually sees something coming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It can call out something. This movie was very surprising to me
Mm-hmm.
all the way around.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
why I enjoyed it so much.
so what was that movie that came out a couple years ago? Was it Mama or something like that? Or what you the
Yes,
oh
Mama
yeah,
with
okay.
Octavia Spencer, I believe.
Yeah, which was a good movie by the way, but
Yeah, she was buying the beer and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
This one at one point kind of reminded me of that, but like a whole lot better. Um I'll say Monique, I've seen her like in mostly comedy stuff. And then of
right.
course Precious.
Yeah,
And
which
she
she won
did
the
such
Oscar for.
yeah, amazing, man. And I'm gonna tell you what, man, She was scary in this movie, dude. I love when somebody like flips out and goes like nuts, and she went like completely nuts, man. Like, dude.
I thought she would like it, Jason, when I watched it because first of all, it had a little bit of everything, right? It had the ghost hunters or whatever they
Yep.
were, or not, I don't know if they were ghost hunters, but
They're just
you know what I
interested
mean.
in
They were people
paranormal
who,
stuff.
yeah, the paranormal stuff, yeah. So the little group that was going around and interviewing and recording. So I was like, I know that's kind of an avenue that you find interesting.
Yeah.
You know, when it took off, the home invasion in the very beginning was almost like,
Oh
damn,
my god.
it was
I
so
didn't
crazy
expect that at
violent.
all, man.
No, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, bam, that was just crazy. And then for them to just what happens to the children, it was just so surprising, and it was so violent with her. You know what I mean? When she's and
Yeah.
then it flashes, you see what happens to the family. I mean, even the little 3-year old in the bathtub. They
Yep.
show that and all that stuff, and then it flashes to her telling the story of
Yep.
what happened on this talk show.
Like she wrote a
Um,
book, right? Didn't she write a book? And
yeah,
that's
I
what
believe
it,
she had written a book or something. Yeah, just so people would know, her what her experiences, and she wasn't a victim and all this stuff. And she comes home and she turns on the burglar alarm, which
yep.
was like all came back into play later on, with or the security system. I just thought it was really good. I didn't see it coming. I thought that what had happened. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yep.
then I was like, and then I thought that the ghost or somebody was telling the story, and then I was like, well, I didn't know what was happening
No.
until she had that gun,
Yep.
and then it was like shot him. I was like, oh my god,
Yep. It
you
didn't
know what I
even
mean?
like hesitate. I thought that I thought maybe a couple of the kids might get killed, but not like that guy and the girl that can I don't know, I guess she's a sensitive or whatever. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? But I really thought that she goes I thought she was going to get mad and kind of go a little bit crazy because they were supposed to be there to do a reading and contact her children and her husband, and then they whatever she found out they were fakes, and then she just goes crazy and whatever. But dude, I was totally off on that one
yeah.
because but the girl was kind of like a sensitive, you know what I
She
mean?
was.
she she
No,
she did see
she
stuff. And
she was possessed by something right then and there. You know what I mean? And
yep.
and then I thought it was going off in a different direction. That's what I'm saying. The movie just, I didn't know where it was going half the time until it was going there. And then
Yep.
you know what I mean? Because it was like, okay, the home invasion part happened. And then I was like, oh, this is a ghost story. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I really thought it was going to be more of a ghost story that they could hear people running around in the halls upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was just a lot of. I was like, wow. And then, like I said, it was just so shocking that she's the one who had killed her whole family. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And it was just like, damn, wow, wow. I did
Well,
not see it. And like you said, you pointed this out. The acting. She played three different roles in this movie, man.
yep.
She really did. She
Yep.
played three. She played the original
The
housewife,
mother.
happy
Yeah.
housewife, mother, not housewife, but happy wife and mother coming
Mm-hmm.
home. You know what I mean? Then she played the victim,
The victim.
with
Yeah.
the raspiness and the talking and the limping and
Which was all fake, man.
eh,
That was
I
crazy.
know,
It was
I
crazy.
know, all of that was just and then playing like you said the lunatic there at the end. It was just like damn, and then
Awesome.
I would say she even did a good job when she was a lunatic, which was her dominant who she was, I
Yeah.
guess. But then when she felt for a hot second there, she felt some love for her children when that lady was talking about her. She was like, they loved you. The little boy, he loved you when he died. You know what I mean? He thought he had
Yep.
been bad. He thought he
Yep.
was being punished when you were drowning him in the pool or whatever, in the
Yep.
bathtub. And then for a hot second there, she really did feel
Yeah, but then
remorse.
she was like, "You might be right," and then she's, and then she was like, "F no, you ain't this and that." And I was like, "Oh my
I know.
gosh!" I
I
thought they had
know.
talked her. I thought they were talking her down too. I was like, oh, she's
I
coming
didn't think
back
they had talked her
around.
down. But yeah, I didn't know
No,
what was happening. But it was just my point was that it was just the way she did such a great job, and I still think it just for a hot second um letting that emotion in. You know what I mean of
sure,
what she was feeling. It was just good.
sure,
It was really good movie. I thought. I know now, and even the craziness. She was fast. The
yeah.
hot pursuit, the hot
Yeah.
pursuit chase. I mean, she was on them. I
That
mean,
made
like
me like,
on them.
oh yeah, that was kind of like edgy seats type stuff. I
I,
wish that I had paid more attention. That it was 1 year later, and she was on talk shows, and she had written a complete book about what happened to her as the
right,
victim.
right.
And when I look back at it now, I was like, she probably already had that book like half written. You know what I
You
mean?
know what? Maybe. Yeah, I know what she was gonna
'Cause-
do.
yeah.
Exactly. Um, but
I think it
yeah,
was all a plan, just to kill them, play the victim, get rich. It
right.
was all about money.
Yeah, yeah. It was just yeah, but I just can't the hot pursuit thing because she was like I never really seen that before. Just how I mean, she was like on them. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Within inches. It was just like one wrong move,
Yep.
and she was got yeah. It was and she was a fighter too. Those two tried to take her down at the end, and she was like, "Whew,"
Oh, she beat the hell out
like
of him,
that.
man.
Yeah, it was good.
Monique from the streets, man. Don't mess with
Yeah,
Monique.
I
I
know.
do have a one thing that I will say though. The girl who I would have said was like the main actor in this movie, the young girl. I was so mad at her for not like getting up and helping her friend. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep.
It was like you didn't even get like hit. You just got like pushed down. You didn't like get all beat up and everything. You're all right. And you're just gonna like slowly making your way over and you're gonna just sit there. It's like, really, man?
That's one thing. I watched this movie with my mom, and she said we were both saying the same thing because she was like, "You're right." She was on the stairs, and her friend was trying so hard to let that knife go into her chest, and
Yep.
and she was just there, just.
I
I
know.
was like,
She could have just ran over and hit Monique, like
done
ran over and hit,
anything,
knocked her
kick the
off of
knife
her.
even. Yeah, you know what
There
I
was
mean.
furniture around, hit her with a chair or something, whatever. But yeah, that part was like, come on, man, you ain't gonna help her? Get up.
I
But
know. And I like
yeah,
that they were trapped in the house too. That was kind of, you know what I mean? The alarm and they couldn't get out.
yeah,
I thought that was crazy. The postman, he was right there, and as soon they were knocking, and then as they looked back to make sure she wasn't coming, and that's when he looked at the window and just
yeah,
saw them. You know what I mean? And then as
kids,
soon as,
yeah.
oh
Uh,
man, yeah, it was
well,
fun. That was another good one. I recommend that one 100%.
yeah, highly
Guys.
recommend it. Which,
Now,
by the way,
actually, we just ruined everything. If you guys, if you
I
hadn't
know.
seen it,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, we just
Um,
spoiled it all for you guys. But I wanted to get into it and just talk about it. I will say this though, that I felt like, I mean, this is with all movies, right? You have to suspend disbelief because she pulled she was limping. I guess if you tell the doctor you can't talk, you can't talk. I guess he's just like, no. I was just like, there's a lot of stuff that she
yeah.
had to be like, you know, I don't
And they
know.
even showed her like beating herself up and everything. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know. I was like, these CSIs weren't that good,
Yeah.
you know.
Um, I really liked the movie, but I will say you owe me $9.99 because that's on BET, which is probably I have like maybe a handful that I don't have subscriptions for. So I did the free trial and forgot to like sign up. But it doesn't matter, man. It looks like there's some good movies on there. So
You should just cancel it now. That way you can at least be done with it. You just now it's see that's the
I
thing. Now
will.
it's there.
Well, I
It's
want to
there.
look through it now. I said, well, I've paid. I'm going to go through and see what else they've got on there.
Jason wants to catch up with his Martin reruns.
Hey, I like Martin. I used to watch Martin all the time. I can watch Martin on that other show though. What is FX or whatever?
Right,
I
right.
think it is. But no, that was a great movie though.
It was,
Really good.
man. I really enjoyed it too. I'm so glad you did. I really wanted you to see it. Like I said, it just had a little bit of everything. They had the ghost, not hunters, but the investigators. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then the killing, the serial killer, and then the
Hmm.
supernatural, and just all good. And then the surprising twist, which really got me.
It
Like I
was a
said,
good twist.
it, yeah, it really did, and I really enjoyed it. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the next one, man, I want to watch is what you just talked about it. Oh, we're gonna. I guess for next episode, we'll have to definitely jump on Something's Wrong with the Children,
That'll be a
and
good
talk
one,
about
man.
that. But I think what I'm gonna do also is go and jump on some of these Bigfoot movies you just brought up today too, because I still haven't seen Legend of Boggy Creek, so I need to watch that one and the other one, the Creature from
Well,
the Black Lake. Is that what you said?
yeah, you'll have to rent Legend of Boggy Creek because I can't find that anywhere uh to
Probably on
watch.
YouTube if I really had to go find
Yeah,
that
maybe
one.
so. I didn't check Tubi for that. They might have it on Tubi's got everything, man.
Good
Everything.
point.
Just
But
gotta
I
watch
definitely
the
want to watch
commercials.
that Legend. I do want to watch that Boggy Creek one, or not Boggy. I mean that one, but the other one,
The
Black Creek.
Kate yeah, the
Creature from the
creature
Black
from
Lake.
Black Lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, man. It's really good. It gives you
'Cause-
that old feel, you know what I mean? Like back in the trilogy of terror and stuff like that.
So I'll
Cool.
look and see if I can find this. See if I see the costume, the blatant costume use of the Sasquatch.
Yeah. They probably show it in like a trailer. They probably like showed the beast for a minute, but it's it's really bad, man. It's just like pants with fur on it and a shirt with fur, you know what I
Oh
mean?
gosh, I can't wait.
And even like at one time they kind of showed the close up. It's like, hmm. Anyway.
I can't wait, my friend. I will definitely check those out. Cool, man. Well, dude, and also Scream. I mean, I think we've talked that that's got to be coming out soon
Yeah.
on
That's probably gonna
Paramount
come out.
Plus or somewhere. I would imagine in the
Yeah.
next month or so.
Didn't that
Very
come out on
soon.
Peacock first? The well, the last
Oh
one wasn't that Peacock it came out on?
no, it was Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Paramount
Uh,
Plus. So, oh no, it's gonna be soon. Soon, soon it'll be out soon. I would imagine in the next few weeks.
hey, there's a movie that has a guy. I'm not even gonna. I can't remember his name. And I like murder it every time I try to say it. He was in that movie with the lion that just came out not long ago. He has a new thing on. I think it's Netflix, a movie.
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
It's called
Um.
Luther.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's a
looks like it might be okay.
well, it's a movie based on not an old television show, but a show that ran for a few years.
Yeah.
That he was in. It was like I think it was lasted about 4 or 5 years. This ended
Mhm.
maybe 2 or 3 years ago. So this is a movie continuation from that show.
A
Uh,
continue. That's what I was going to ask if it's a continuation or they just like said, "Hey, let's just make it into a movie."
oh, like took that show before and made it into a movie? No,
Yeah.
no, no. It's a continuation. It's a straight continuation,
Well, damn.
dealing with
Now I
this.
got to watch 4 seasons of it just to figure out what's going on with this.
But I think I know for instance, my sister-in-law or my ex-sister-in-law, I know she watched it recently and she thought it was a good movie. And I don't think she had any idea that it was based on there was 4 seasons worth of show
Oh,
previous. So
good.
I don't think you need to because I haven't seen those seasons either, but I probably will watch that movie. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
I'm also kind of a purist like yourself who feels maybe I need to now that you brought it up, I feel like I need to go watch 4 seasons of Luther first before
Well, then if you watch the movie,
before I watch that movie. But the good thing I'll say about Luther, though, it's a UK or a British show, so I think
yes.
it's only they're only 6 episodes. I think their
Oh,
shows are only like
well,
six
that's
to eight
not
episodes
bad.
a season.
That's
You know
not
what I
bad.
mean? Yeah,
That's better
it's not
than
like
trying to binge like
yes.
all the seasons of The Walking Dead, where you got 14 or 16
Yep.
episodes in a season or something.
Speaking of which, didn't you start Supernatural a few months
I,
ago? And didn't you say you started that on this show even? And what episode are you on?
I
Six
did.
of season one now?
If I've even gotten that far, to be honest.
Right.
I might be on like episode 6, something like that, but um, I don't know, man. To me, I don't even think it competes with like Charmed.
Oh my.
I know, I don't know. That's
But
probably terrible, but
I will say this about most shows like that. There's a few instances where that, but even a show like Breaking Bad really doesn't take off until season two. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So a lot, I would say, you're still in the early stages of Sam and Dean's adventures, and I know but that's also a huge undertaking because that is 20 to 24 episodes a season. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And
yeah,
with what 15 seasons, so
yeah.
that's a lot to be like, all
I
right,
It's no
now I
binging
begin.
that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I get
I
it.
could
I get
watch one a week, man, and it'll last me till I die. You know what I mean? Just do something like that. Make it a
it.
once a week show.
Oh my gosh.
So, you watching The Mandalorian? Jumping off of horror for a second. Have you been watching Mandalorian
I have been watching the main. I've not seen this most recent week's
last
episode.
night?
Yeah, last night's, but I am up to date with the first four. Think it's great.
Yeah.
I like it a little bit better this season because it's more of a serialized story
Yeah.
where they're building on each episode's building on the next. I've kind of talked about it probably on here before that I liked Mandalorian before, but it was more of an episodic old '80s TV show type of thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you
Like an
say
A
that's how
team going town to
Supernatural is,
town.
right? So
Supernatural
they're looking for
is
the goal for the end of the season, but each show it's a different.
uh no. Some shows are straight, like there could be like three or four, kind of like the X Files was, right?
Yeah.
Some
I
some
like the
X
X Files.
Files were self-contained, mystery of the week or monster of the week, so to speak, shows,
Yeah.
while some shows were straight mythology, dealing with the overarching story. You
Right.
know, and
Alien
that's what
stuff.
Supernatural. Yeah, that's what Supernatural was, right? It would have some.
Okay.
It would have some, you know, monster of the week that they were dealing with. Might be one or an episode, and then the next few episodes just straight mythology, and then there might be 3 episodes of monster of the weeks. You know what I mean? It just kind of goes like that.
So I've got the gist of the what Supernatural is. So what would happen if I were to skip through to like season 7 because they're messing with Sasquatch and I want to see a Sasquatch one, or can I go to season 10 and watch one about, I don't know, a
So you
banshee,
mean
or
just kind of go through and watch episodes without having watched
skip
seasons?
around? Yeah.
I think you could probably enjoy it if you know the whole deal. If you're, it sounds like you just kind of want to watch more monster of the week ones as
Yeah.
opposed to
I don't care
mythology
that they're
ones
looking
anyway.
for their dad that got sucked up, turned into fire or whatever.
But it goes so much farther than that. I'll tell you that that's not there. 15 seasons later, that's they're still not looking for their dad. I'll just leave it that way in case you ever decide to
I'm
watch
saying he probably didn't want to be found.
it. Well, no, I'm saying there's still not looking for him, so they found him relatively
Oh,
early.
okay. Okay.
Is
Oh,
is what I'll
and
say.
that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yeah. They find their father relatively early in the scheme of things, as far as 15 seasons go. For sure.
All right. I'm going to have to watch it, but when I look at
Some might
something,
say in the first season. No, I'm just
oh, like episode 7 if you ever watch it. um no, I'll have to watch it, man. I want to, but when I found out it was 15 seasons, just like, oh man, I'm never going to get to the end of that thing.
Well, dude, I said to you before. I mean, I feel that way, and I gave it 10 years. You know what I mean? And just because of a slight DVR mishap, I
Out of
missed out.
tag on.
I missed out on the last 5 years because in the beginning of season 11, I guess it was, my DVR didn't record a few episodes, and I'm damn sure wasn't gonna start watching season 11 on episode 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or episode 6, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
there goes
That's
to.
it.
And then I was like, well, it's probably gonna end this season anyway, so I'll just, watch it on
Yeah.
Netflix when it's over. And then it ran for 5 more
I
years.
just
So I was like, I don't. To your point, I can't sit down and be like, all right, I've got 150 episodes
yeah.
before I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah. 150, it's more than that, man, if it's
Well,
15
no, if I'm
years.
no, but no, for me though, I
Oh,
was
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to
yeah.
start at
Yeah.
season 11. I'm saying so I can understand how it is for you if I'm
Yeah.
saying if I'm having a hard time doing the last 5 years, which is like you know
I'm
150
really bad.
episodes. You've
Like
got a lot,
yeah, so I started watching Ozark when the last season came out. You know what I mean? So I went back and started it all from the beginning. And by the
yeah.
time or yeah, so by the time the last season was there, then I was caught up and then watched all those. And I'm terrible about binging. Like I'll stay up like 4 or 5 in the morning, man, watching show after show. And when I see 15 seasons, I'm like, woo, that's a lot of up late nights.
Right.
So anyway.
No, I
But
feel you.
yeah.
I do.
Well, was there any other movies this week, or
I think we've said it all, man. If I'm
yeah,
not mistaken,
and a
I
lot
think
more.
and a lot more,
Yeah.
my friend. Well, yeah, dude. Well, guys, please keep watching us as always. Hit the like and subscribe button. Well, we've got some exciting guests actually coming up here in the next few
Yes.
episodes.
Yep.
So tune in. We'll be announcing those soon, but we are excited to have them on board and to just talk a little
Say
horror and
some
talk a little bit about the stuff that they've got some really exciting things they've been doing.
yeah. Some famous actors.
Some famous actors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, we have yes.
Yeah.
We do have. Jake, I'll let you
Yeah. Chris
mention that.
Ferris, he'll be on the show. We're gonna
Yes.
talk to Chris about some conspiracy theories and just he doesn't think they're conspiracy theories. I do. But anyway, he's a really good guy. He's got some really interesting things to talk about. So
Yep.
anyway,
For sure.
and yeah, and BT Haunts will have a new movie, Ominous, will be coming out within the next, well, soon.
Yep.
Soon.
Indeed. Yep.
Yeah.
In the next few weeks for sure. Stay
Yes.
tuned. We're very excited about that one. You know, dare
Yeah.
we say it might be the best one yet?
Yeah. Oh, we shall. We shall say it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed, we will. Cool. Well, all right, man. Jason, good times. Good times as
Yeah,
always.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Until
Yep.
next
All
time,
right.
man.
Until next time, Jason, also enjoy your week at the beach. Stay away from those sharks. Stay
See?
away.
Why you didn't even have to bring up sharks? You know, enjoy the local shops. Would have been
there,
fun.
there you go.
Yeah.
My apologies. Exactly. There you go. Enjoy though, my friend. Guys, take care. Have a good one.